Hi, fourth graders. Thanks for joining me again today for math. Today, we're continuing our work with penny jar situations. It's going to look a little different today, as usual. We're going to see it's almost backwards because we're going to compare two penny jars. And instead of you filling in the table, you'll be given a table that's partially filled in for you. So it's going to look a little bit like this. Let me share my screen. Okay. So you will see a penny jar table for two different penny jars. We have penny jar A and penny jar B. They each have different rules and they each start with a different number. So penny jar A starts with 1, penny jar B starts with 12. So if you look at penny jar A, it starts with 1 penny. If you want to do this at home, you can get a container or a jar, get some counters like pennies, rubles, or even pieces of cereal. This may be helpful for you. Penny jar B starts with 12 pennies in it. Your job today is to figure out a rule for each of the penny jars in order to fill out the rest of the table down here for penny jar A and for penny jar B. When you're generating your rule for each penny jar, make sure to use symbolic notation. For example, the number of rounds can be represented by a letter such as R for rounds or N for number of rounds. This will be helpful when you go to write your rule or expression in your slides. There's one other video that I want to share with you that can help you compare two penny jars, and it should help you as we move on through the rest of this unit. So let's get to that. Here we go.
Penny jar comparisons. I'm comparing two penny jar situations. Penny jar A starts with 6 pennies and adds 4 pennies each round. Penny jar B starts with 0 pennies and adds 4 pennies each round. First, I'm going to fill out this table that shows how many pennies there will be in each jar after each round. Here is the amount there was in penny jar A at the start. Here's the amount in penny jar B to start. Here is the amount in penny jar A after 1 round and the amount in penny jar B after 1 round. Now I will fill out rounds 2 through 6. Will penny jar B ever have the same number of pennies as penny jar A? No. Penny jar A starts with 6 pennies and penny jar B starts with none. Then the same number of pennies is added to each jar each round, so jar A always has 6 more pennies than jar B. I compared penny jar A to another penny jar. Penny jar C starts with 4 pennies and adds 2 pennies each round. Here is how the penny jars compared after each round. Will penny jar C ever have the same number of pennies as penny jar A? No. Penny jar A starts with more pennies, and more pennies are added each round to penny jar A than penny jar C. With each round, the difference between the number of pennies in the jars gets bigger and bigger. I also compared penny jar A and penny jar D. Penny jar D starts with 0 pennies and adds 6 pennies each round. Will penny jar D ever have the same number of pennies as penny jar A? Yes. Penny jar D starts with fewer pennies, but more pennies are added to penny jar D each round. In round 3, penny jar D has the same number of pennies as penny jar A. After that, penny jar D has more pennies.
Okie dokie. That's a wrap for today. Remember, if you have any questions or concerns or just want to come by and play and visit or maybe play a game or two, please come visit me today during my office hours at 10:30. That's it. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.